friends, welcome back. Today we are getting into Christmas gift DIY ideas. I wanted to get this video out sooner than later so y'all can work on it, but if you're anything like me, you'll probably work on it like the week of Christmas. But either way, I hope you guys get inspired by this video and let's go ahead and get started. So my friends, this video is going to be a little lengthier than my usual ones, but there's a lot of details and painting and embellishments that are going into this. So I hope you guys are in for the ride. So I am going to grab a bunch of different molds, and I'm going to grab my amazing resin, which is a 50-50 ratio. It cures within 10 minutes. However, for these products, we do not want our items to fully cure. So what I did was I mixed my resin, hashtag Avi, and I am going to pour them into some of the trimming molds. You guys are welcome for all my dandruff shots in this video. And then we are going to set them aside. You can start seeing them cure. That trimming one is already turning white. It is fabulous, but I want to say about the 6 or 7 minute mark, you want to pull them out because we want them to be pliable. We want to be able to bend these. See how I'm bending that trimming mold right there? That is what we want. So I'm doing 2 of these, and now I'm just trying to find something to wrap it around, which ended up being this amazing smelling Dollar Tree candle. And I'm going to grab some painter's tape, and I'm just going to tape those together. I don't expect them to stay together, but I want to keep that exact circle. I'm going to do the same thing for this mold as well. And again, you want to pull it out before it fully hardens, or you're going to have to try reheating, and it's just not worth it after that. So pull them out sooner than later. Then I'm going to take this trimmings mold, and for this one, we are going to use some clay. So I'm going to use my paper clay. This is in my Amazon store link. I do have IOD on my website, but to be honest, I really love how soft this one is, and it stays, you guys, cover your ears if you don't like this word, moist, okay? I had to say it because it's true. It does. So I am pushing that through. I love that the IOD molds have a lip on them, so it makes it really easy to push out the remainder. Then you flip it on over, bend your mold back, and now we're going to take a craft knife, and I'm going to cut, I think, 4 pieces out. Some of them I'm going to round at the top, and then I'm just going to smooth that down with my finger just to get any of the rigid lines off. Then I thought I was getting all crazy and like being all artistic. And then I was like, no, girl, no, let's just cut that straight. Let's not try to get too crazy with it here. And I was just eyeballing it to really see. I wanted to keep flowers in each piece that I cut. So again, just smoothing those down. I'm going to cut 4 or 5 out of this. Now I'm going to take this little pokey tool. I don't know what it's for. I think I got it at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to push that through. And then I'm going to take the end of this other, I think it's a weeding tool. And I'm going to push that through so I have a nice clean hole at the top of all of these clay pieces. And then make sure too that your backs of your pieces are nice and flat and clean. The same thing with the holes. See how I'm smoothing that out? You want them to be nice and clean. All right, what's coming next? Now this is fully hardened. This is the next day. You don't have to wait that long though for the resin. So you can see how that opens and closes, which is exactly what I wanted. I have like the tiniest baby wrists ever. If you did not like that they open like that, you could always wrap a piece of leather around the opening to keep them closed, or you could try super gluing, but I don't think that's gonna go well. All right, so our clay pieces. I am going to kind of show you what each one looks like painted. I'm going to show you how we embellish and accessorize them. So for the first one, we are going to use copper patina. Then the second one, we are using golden ticket. This is the exact same thing as Pennies from Heaven, the copper one, except it's like a darker gold color, which I love. It's not like a tacky, like shiny gold. Next, I'm going to also take our bangles that we created, and I'm going to paint the outside and the inside. Now, I do want to note the amazing resin or any resin, the inside part, what would be the bottom, is very slick compared to the top. So it took me about 3 to 4 coats of the liquid patina in order to fully coat and cover it without, seeing any streaks or white. The top, it took me 2 coats, if that. So you can see how it looks. The inside, that was after 3. For our bigger bangle, we are going to grab Pennies from Heaven. This like copper color is out of this world, you guys. Okay, now we're going to pull some color out. I'm going to take Old 57. I do have this in stock. And we are going to paint one of our clay pieces in this color. And then I'm also going to grab my bangle. I'm going to call these the jewels, okay? I'm going to paint the jewels of our bangle in this beautiful Old 57 because I want it to look obviously like turquoise. So this was a lot of fun to do, you guys, but I have to tell you, this video took me hours and hours because it was so much painting and so much detailed work. Look at how gorgeous that already looks. Now I'm going to take the big top. Anything that I painted with actual paint, I am going to clear with the big top. I end up just going over the whole bracelet because why not? It's already out. And then I clear all of the clay pieces as well. So now I'm taking the dark wax with our golden ticket bangle, and I'm going to push that on top, and then I'm going to wipe it back. And you guys, this look like an antiqued, like brass bangle. Look at that baby. She is gorgeous. Now, while I have that dark wax out, I'm going to go in with the our little pendant that we painted with golden ticket and do the same thing. I pounced in that dark wax, and then I'm going to wipe it back so you see all the details. Look at how gorgeous. Look at that. All that detail. It is amazing what you can do with all of this mold, clay, all of it. Doing the same thing with Old 57 as well. I did paint the one on the right. Do you see that little one right there? I painted that in crockery, and crockery has a built-in sealer, so I didn't need to use Big Top or clear it with wax. So we're going to keep going here. I did the dark wax on our big bangle, our turquoise bangle, wiped it back, and this is by far my favorite piece. This looks so beautiful. I cannot believe it is handmade. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, now for our Old 57 pendant, you guys, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't put some gold wax on there. And for our copper one, we are putting Shipwrecked on there. And then again, we're going to wipe that back, and it's going to set in all those beautiful details. For the crockery one, you guys, I ended up putting clear, dark, then I put white, then I didn't like it, then I put dark back over it, and then it ended up turning into this beautiful gray color. I don't know. All right, now I'm going to take these leatherish, you guys, I've had them in my stash forever. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure you can find something in the jewelry section. I folded them in half, and then I'm going to push them through the holes, and then I'm just going to slip both strings through that loop and pull them through. And then I just use different colors for different pendants, whatever I had like on hand. I didn't go out and buy something new. And y'all, this was very time consuming, but it was very rewarding at the end that I handmade this jewelry. These bangles are fire. They look so gorga. Like, seriously, I really can't believe. And this would make such a beautiful Christmas gift because you can customize them to your friends or your family style, whatever their favorite color is. If you are a reseller, these are going to be amazing. Have a girls' night or a family night decorating your own. You guys, the options are truly endless with these, and I hope you enjoyed them. Drop me a flower if you are loving the jewelry. Now, we need something to put our jewelry in. Yes, girl. We're actually going to make 3 trinkets. So just hang in there, okay? First off, I wanted to show you this beautiful decoupage paper. Brandy from the DIY Struggle has created, she designed all of these herself, and she is getting them printed. She sells them on her website. Small business, you guys, go visit her link. It will be in the description box so you could purchase this decoupage paper. So I found these shells at Savers. There was 4 for $4.99 and they're huge. I painted the back of them with pennies from heaven and then golden ticket as well. I didn't do multiple layers of them because I still wanted you to see the lines and the details of the natural shell. Now I'm taking, you guys, look at this decoupage paper. I am taking this image right here and I'm just taking a wet paintbrush and I'm going to take this image out just to start off. Then I put it over my shell and I realize I end up having to take all of the white part of this paper off. Now I'm going to lay it in my shell and I'm going to take my liquid patina and do a small coat, spritz it with water, and then press it down with my brush. Now this one was easier to do because the image was smaller. It wasn't covering the entire shell, so I didn't have to work so hard. Now, I will say this shell it was slick. It was slick, and once I was done, I was finishing up, and then I realized that the paper wasn't actually sticking to the shell. So I pulled it up, and you guys, this is how durable this decoupage paper is. Get it, Brandy? You did such a good job on these papers. So I had to pull it up, and it didn't rip. It stayed intact. I was pretty shocked, and that was awesome. So I just redid it, pushed it down, put a little heavier coat of liquid patina, and then also a entire coat of liquid patina once it dried down. Then I wanted to try the shell with a full-on piece of decoupage paper over the entire thing. This is the Upcycled decoupage paper. I think this one is called Wallpaper. I do have it in stock. And how this worked out for me was doing it in, like, it's going to sound silly, but pizza slice sections, like little sections, like a piece of pie. I don't know. It's just how it worked out for me. So anytime I would go with a section, my kids are home. So Everett he's making noise up there if you guys could hear it. And then, so again, the same thing, just applying that liquid patina, spritzing it with the water so I have a little bit more like pull and stretch in that paper. And then I just follow it through and follow it around. The pennies from heaven, I ended up putting some dark wax on that and brushing it off just to darken up the color a little bit. I felt that it went better with the image inside. Now for our full coverage decoupage shell, I took my finger sander, you know guys, and then I sanded the sides. And then I did my final coat of liquid patina on top of it. But you know your girl is extra and I couldn't stop there. So I grabbed the golden ticket and I painted the sides. And then I wanted to make a little lip or rim of gold on the top of the shell as well. I ended up patting it, but then it was way easier just to kind of slide that brush across. And look at how beautiful these custom little trinket shells are. I think they're so beautiful. They're a fun way of utilizing your scrap pieces of decoupage paper as well. And again, it's the being able to customize these things and make them, you know, special for each person that you're giving them to, or make yourself one, girl. Treat yourself, okay? Now our last one. Again, so we're taking that resin piece. It is not fully cured. We're taking the sunflower mold here, and I am just taping it down, but I want some of those petals to kind of be sticking out. I don't want it to look like a bowl. I want it to look like an organic flower, you know, You guys picking up what I'm putting down? So I will leave that and let it cure so it fully hardens. And look at how cool this turns out. I love how the petals are going all different ways. It's absolutely gorgeous. So for the back of this, I'm going to paint it in crockery. Again, remember, the back is super slick and most things don't want to stick to it. But for whatever reason, these cottage colors with the built-in primer had no issues whatsoever. So I put 2 coats of that on the back. And remember, we don't have to clear that with anything. For the inside, I'm going to paint that with Queen Bee. This is my favorite yellow color. It's so gorgeous. And I'm going to follow that all the way around. And y'all, please be patient with me. I sold out of most of the things that I ordered as far as IOD. So I will be doing another order. This is a lot of these already sold out. So please be patient with me and I will get them back in. I hope you guys can wait. Now, after that's painted, I'm going to clear it with Big Top. You need to clear it for this next step. Then I spritzed just a little bit of water, added fire starter to it, and I'm going to place this watercolor over our cleared Queen Bee color. This is going to coat it very softly with the fire starter, and it's going to look like one of those beautiful sunflower with the hints of orange in it. And of course, I wasn't going to paint the middle brown. No way. I grabbed my pennies from heaven, coated that, and then of course, to seal that fire starter that we put on top of our Queen Bee color, we have to put another coat of Big Top on here. Now, I did make these before, but maybe you didn't see the video, so I wanted to ensure that you guys saw this as a gift idea because they are gorgeous and they are so fun to play around with. You can make these any color. And again, if you are a reseller, these are going to be great to put in your booth or at craft fairs, but I think they're so much fun and adding the 2 colors. Mwah. Hey everyone, checking in. If you are getting inspired by these Christmas gift ideas or you're still just hanging around, make sure to leave me an emoji down in the comment. Doesn't matter what emoji, just leave me one down in the comments. I hope you guys are getting inspired though, because I had so much fun creating these gift ideas. I got to dabble in a little bit of everything: clay, wood, stamps. I had so much fun, and I think hand-making gifts are definitely the way to go. Now, if you're like, I do not have time for that, girl, the holiday season is too much, then please make sure that you guys are supporting small businesses this year, whether that be on Etsy, a website, a small local business that you could go into. It really does help small families, businesses out during this holiday season. And you guys, with that said, if you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you're digging this video, then make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. All of my links for products are also in the description box. And with that said, you guys, let's get back into this video. Now, if you were on my live on Facebook, then you'll know that I took the lazy way out and grabbed my heat press instead of ironing all of these, and it worked out pretty great. So I pre-folded these and then pressed them. That way I could keep my seams or lines, I guess you could say, intact. So I knew where the front of my tea towel was. You can get a really big pack of these at Walmart and they are so inexpensive. I like to pre-wash mine because they shrink like crazy. So I am going to start on my first panel and I'm going to tape off the sides because I want to layer over my rooster and I don't want it to get on the other panels of the towel. So I am going to grab my rooster and I am going to coat him with, is it black? I think I'm going to use black here. And this is the La Campagne. You guys, I'll just link it, okay, in the description box. And I am going to use my brayer and I am going to push that down. This helps the ink really get in to our fabric here. And it leaves such a beautiful and clear, crisp image. Then I laid my mask over it. I grabbed another stamp that comes in this same set and I put the tomato ink on this one. And you can see how using the mask allows us to overlap our stamps without creating a hot mess. I'm going to stamp the florals on here at least 3 times. And because I'm extra, I'm not going to stop there. I want more detail. I think that's what's so fun about creating and just adding that extra oomph to things. So I grabbed this floral stamp and I actually put it on every panel, making sure that when I turned my towel around, that I made sure to also turn my stamps around. Now for our second one, we are coming into our Reverie stamp. Oh my gosh, can we just put these stamp names in English, please? And I am going to use the China Blue ink, and I am going to stamp this on the bottom with my thin mount. Again, using that brayer to really push that ink into our fabric. I'm also going to lay out some stamps, and this is what I love about the thin mount is it is 12 inches wide. It's very long, so I'm able to pick up everything in one scoop. Love it. And I do have this stamp in stock, you guys. So thank you for hanging in there with me while I build up my inventory of IOD stuff. So as you can see, I didn't do the little wispies on the side of her because those are not going to fit into our front panel. So after I do that, I'm going to flip her on around. And again, we are going to press it. Nope, that was uneven. Now we're going to press it. And these are going to be so much fun to do, you guys, because you can do them with all colors. You can customize it like this little cherub one. You can put somebody's initial in the little frame that they are around. And then, of course, I need to add more to it. So I got the urn and I put it on the right and the left side of this image. Now our last tea towel, I just wanted to have fun with it. So I took the primitive stamp, never used it before, so I had to sand it down a little bit. And then I'm going to just lay out my pieces first. I just wanted to have fun with this one, use all of my colors of ink and just go for it. So I sporadically put different flowers places. I added the hearts that come in here. And then we are going to grab that thin mount once again, pick up all of our stamps at the same time. And I'm going to go in with our green ink. I'm also going to, I think it's called grass. I could be wrong. I'm a great salesman, aren't I? I know all the names of everything. And then I'm also going to use the tomato color. And then one surprising color, which I have not used ever, is the turmeric, which is a beautiful yellow color. It was very unexpected and I actually liked it. We're also going to use the China blue as well. Then we're going to flip this one on around and we're going to use that brayer once again and then pull that up. And isn't that just so fun and quirky? And then, of course, I added some to the bottom panels on the right and left. I love how these tea towels turned out. This is a very affordable gift. You can make like a little collection of like 3 of them for somebody, or again, for yourself. And what I love, the little details that I put on the other panels, I just always think of myself as somebody receiving a gift or buying something. And if I were to get this towel and open it up and see that little added extra detail, I would be so excited. And I would think it would be like the cutest little added bonus to buying something like this. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm doing kind of like the same thing but different, but I'm just trying to kind of inspire you and give you multiple ideas of how you can create different things. Now, I wasn't going to leave out the fella in your life. So I got a bunch of these not toolboxes. These are actual lunch boxes. And from my girl Jackie at Lewisburg Market Street, and they were only $3 each. This actually belonged to Dick Norman at one time, but I'm sorry, we are going to need to take your label name off. So all I had to do was clean this up on the inside, and then I also cleaned the outside of it too. I'm going to take this transfer, which you guys, I don't have on my website yet, but I am hoping to put it in my next order. And I am going to cut out the fish on here. Now, I did one little panel, but I'm going to kind of cut that up so I can place some of the fish myself because they didn't fit and they didn't go where I wanted it to go. So I did not clear this lunch pail at all. I just cleaned it and the transfers are sticking straight to the lunch pail. So I am pushing that transfer down and lifting the carrier sheet as I go. I'm going to make sure to burnish this. So I'm going to rub that transfer sheet on there, making sure that that transfer is nice and adhered to that lunch box. Then I'm going to cut out some other random fish, make it fit how I want it to. And then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put bigger fish on the back. Now, I did not put transfers on the top of the lid or the side of the lunchbox. And I did that because I did not want it to look too kitty. I want this to hopefully be used by somebody, and I didn't want it to feel like I said, like it was for a child where there's like a graphic everywhere. So after I'm done with putting the transfers on, I'm going to grab Big Top and I'm going to seal all around this. This will kind of seal in any of like, I don't think this was actually rusting, but you know what I'm saying. The old paint, it's also going to seal in our transfers as well. And I hope that whoever buys this actually uses it. I hope that the gentleman in their life will actually take this fishing with them, pack a lunch. It was made in the USA. I think it is the coolest thing that we are able to give items like this new life. Like this could have been thrown in the trash and now somebody can use it and love it all over again, but with just a new little added twist to it. And I think that's cool. And look, Norman's name is actually still showing up on the side, which is even cooler. So you guys, if you want more gift ideas, please let me know because I could not fit all of my ideas in this one video. We see how long it became. So our last one, you guys, very easy. I'm not going to show you painting all of them, but I took a bunch of my random resin pieces and we are going to paint all of these up in different colors. I'm just going to show you how I kind of embellished them versus showing you that I painted each and every one. So after I painted all of them, for our rooster here, I painted that in Pennies from Heaven. Then I'm going to take the Dark and Decrepit and I'm going to brush that over it and then pat it off with my paper towel. So get that excess off, let that dry, and then you're going to go in with Shipwrecked and we're going to give it a patina look and finish. So I am going to end up wiping that back and then our rooster is going to be done. That one ended up being John's favorite of all of the magnets. I gave it away. We're making magnets. Then I did a dry brushing of White Swan over the crown. And then I'm going to take my gold wax and I'm going to put that over all of the raised spots on this beauty. Our next one is going to be the watch, and the watch and the crown I painted in black velvet. I am going to clear a lot of these with our DIY clear wax. So the bird is painted in aviary. We're going to clear it with DIY clear wax. With the bird, I just decided to go over it with the gold wax. This bird doesn't need a lot, you guys. It's beautiful on its own. So that is going to be all we do for the bird. For our watch, we are going to grab that gold wax and we are going to rub our finger over the outside frame of the watch And then I'm going to go in the inside and we are going to get the hands of the watch as well as the numbers. And you're going to see those numbers come to life right now. Look at that. It's so crazy how beautiful the wax makes these things. Then I just dab into my dark and decrepit desk because I want it to look like it has some rust spots on it. And for our sunflower, our flower, I painted that with Queen Bee, stippled it with dark wax, and then I wiped the excess off. For our cameo lady, I used Apothecary, and then I am stippling white wax, a lot of white wax, over her. And then we are going to wipe that back so you can see all of those beautiful details. Our next step, I am going to take a baby wipe and I am just going to wipe the backs of our magnets off. The DIY paints are water soluble, so as long as they're not sealed, it is very easy cleanup. Now, I'm not going to paint the back of these because one, I've already told you the backs are slick and they don't look pretty when you paint over them. And two, when you think about going to the store and buying a magnet, the backs of them are not painted. And I asked you guys on a live and you said, I don't need to paint them. So that's why I did it. Okay, now we're going to take our magnets. These are just from Dollar Tree. They have this smaller size and they have one size up. And I'm going to grab some Titebond and some, what is this? Hot glue, just so I get an immediate hold. And that's it, you guys. You have some gorgeous magnets, which I think these done in like I said, like a trio or a 4-pack in some kind of theme. Like even if you just have one mold, doing several of them out of the same mold and doing it as a little collection for a gift is going to be a great idea, and it's something that somebody is going to use. But make sure they don't have one of those new fridges where magnets don't stick to them. What are those? Stainless steel fridge. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to make some handmade Christmas gifts this season. I appreciate you all spending your time with me, and make sure to let me know if you want more gift ideas because I got them for you. Like, they're going to make the cute, no. And by supporting their small business. I don't like what I'm saying. Okay. Hey everyone. Dang. I need my coffee and I need to take off this sweater because I'm so... I don't think you will ever hear me say that again. I am shook that I just said that I am so hot right now.